Welcome back
Hi.
to the best place on earth. It's not Disney World, it's this podcast.
Yeah. Way
I know
less
Disney
lines.
Disney's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, right?
It's not.
It's not, but that's their slogan, right? Although for a Disney adult, they would tell you it's the happiest place on earth.
Would they? I feel like it's so stressful. But you know what? To each their own.
To each their own.
Whatever brings you joy, boo.
As long as it's
Hmm.
not rewards and punishments, we welcome you here.
Yeah.
No, even if it is rewards and punishments, we welcome you here and we're going to help you see the other side.
See the
See the
light.
light. Chapter 4, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. This one also talked about rewards a little bit at the end,
Hmm.
which we love to talk about rewards. It's one of our favorite things. We have
Which
a
is,
whole season on it. We talk for 12 hours about rewards.
yeah. Man, when you put it like that,
Probably
I
more. The amount of hours of our
might
life.
have a problem. Yeah.
Just we might have a problem.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, we
because
do, but it might not. It might be that as well.
it's the societal implications.
Oh my gosh, you and your societal implications.
Every episode.
Every episode, right? Okay. So, chapter 4, do you want to tie me up? I can do the first summary.
Show.
We're going to try.
Ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. Chapter 4 is all about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation and how they work and or don't work to produce the kind of results that we're hoping for, right? So, it starts off by talking about a sales scenario where these people were kind of what's it called when you're like tricked into like the sales scheme, and how when you are operating from a place of like trying to make money, make this commission, the sale becomes everything, and then that creates more temptation to deceive and manipulate to get to that sale. And that's just kind of a bigger example of how extrinsic control works. It gets people to focus on what they can do to get this reward, to receive whatever the desired good is, that they forsake the process. And that process can be the state of flow. That's where intrinsic motivation can really shine and people just operate because they want to and they're in it. And intrinsic motivation yields much better outcomes for people in their life than being extrinsically controlled. So, really, the whole chapter talked about why extrinsic control is bad, and how even in schools, right, when we try to control kids, we end up thwarting their desire to learn naturally, and how they might memorize material for a test, but then forget it once test is over, which if you're a teacher, you have probably seen that, right? When you're like, guys, we covered this and they forgot. That would be an example of it. It's not being internalized. And then we looked at how intrinsic motivation is associated with a lot of better things, greater creativity, better conceptual understanding, and also retaining information, right? Not just for in the moment. And then rewards are bad. That's the end. That's like the last 8 pages in a nutshell. Ah,
And
that
rewards are bad.
happens to me when I summarize. I get on a roll and I forget I have 8 pages left, and then it's one sentence summary for that.
Hey, I like your summaries.
Thank you, Brett. I like your summaries. I like you.
No, thanks. I like you too.
Yeah.
All right.
You ready?
Ready?
Here we go.
Chapter 4, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, the yields of each. Yields. So DC starts the chapter with describing the state of flow, which is when you're so enthralled in an activity that you absolutely lose yourself in it. It's intense, time kind of disappears, and your thrill level is really high. He compares that to intrinsic motivation and how the activities people are intrinsically motivated to do are activities we do for their own sake. If you've ever heard the term art or the phrase art for art's sake, you're not creating art to sell, you're creating art for the joy of making art. And that is like other hobbies like hiking, painting, jigsaw puzzles. You're doing it for the sake of doing it because it brings you joy and happiness. Um, Modern societal implications. Okay. Modern society has fallen under the what does it get me trap, where we are, whatever we're doing, whatever we're doing must have a means to an end. The activities um, humanity used to do for the joys of doing it now come with a lot of subconscious pressure that whatever it is, what it yields needs to be worth it. It needs to be worth my time, which really translates to how can I monetize this? How can I make this a hustle? We are a hustle culture now. Uh, and this is particularly seen with society's hyper focus on the end result. Um, and how that is really harmful to our psychological well-being.
Hey, you wrapped it up pretty well when you started talking about our
Societal implications.
hustle culture and style applications, and you had 10 seconds left. I was like, that's
Yeah.
gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one for her.
I feel like
But
I'm getting better.
you wrapped
Getting
it
better.
up. But I love it when you go off too. Like, you know me,
Tangent.
I am the biggest fan of Micah Brittany.
Yep.
That's why
Mic
you're
up,
here.
Brittany.
You were literally mic'd up. Yeah, I gotta make a shirt that says Micah Brittany and then surprise
Mic
you
up,
one day on
Brittany.
the podcast and just wear it.
I'll have a shirt that says "Mic me up."
Yes. No. Yeah. Yours will say "Mic me up." Mine will say "Mic up Brittany."
Mic up, Brittany.
And that could be our podcast merch.
Yeah.
Should we actually like make
We
merch or
it's
things for our
been 3
podcast?
well, I think what you just said and what I just said are the same thing. We've done this for 3 years and talked about merch, but we have no merch.
We have no merch. Like, yeah, people be like, "Oh, I want to go check out what they have." We have nothing, guys.
Nothing.
Yeah, there is no merch. It is a figment of our imagination. But if we
We like
did,
to talk about it.
yeah, if we did have merch, it would be lit.
It would be lit.
You make awesome stuff too, Britt, because you're an artistic person.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like the artist over here, which is ironic that like you had to design our first ever podcast logo for some reason. I was like, oh, I can take that on, even though Britt's legitimately an artist, and I picked like 4 colored boxes. I'm like,
I
that's
thought you
good.
did well.
That's good
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't draw worth crap if I'm put under pressure like at baby showers
Oh,
where it's like draw what you think the baby will look like.
they picked
I was
that.
just in
That's an
that
activity
situation.
at baby showers.
Yeah, no. Or if like people will always choose me in like PDs to do the drawing on the posters or whatever, and it's terrible. It's my drawings are like they're horrible. I don't know.
I feel like your art can be more than just drawing, though.
Yeah.
And you've got that artistic eye. So someday when we make merch, it is going to be beautiful.
It is.
Yes. And ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So I got my quote ready. You want to hear it? Want to hear my quote, Brett? Okay. It's from page 45. And it says, "We expect that learning, in order to be tested, would feel very controlling to the students, whereas learning to put the information to active use would feel like an exciting challenge. After students had learned the material, we assessed their intrinsic motivation with a questionnaire, and we found, as expected, that those who learned in order to be tested were less intrinsically motivated. They also retained less too." That was not the quote, but that was what was said, mentioned later on in the chapter too. And I picked that because how often do we find ourselves as teachers saying, "Oh, pay attention, this is going to be on the test," and then we shoot ourselves in the foot with that every time we say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas,
Well,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, eventually there are certain phrases that the brain habituates itself to, like pay attention
Yeah.
or calling out the student's name. The brain literally um, doesn't hear it. It's the same. It's the same process when you live next to a railroad track. The
Mm,
railroad track sound, or the railroad sound, the train sound, your brain doesn't recognize. Like it doesn't. It um, takes in the sensory stimulation, the auditory
hmm.
stimulation, and then disregards it as not important because it's constantly happening. So it's
Yeah.
not paying attention to it. Doesn't
So,
call attraction or attention.
what would you recommend to teachers then? Because I know, like, I talk to teachers all the time who would say, I try telling my students these things, and it seems like they just completely ignore me. What would you say that they should do if they find themselves in that boat?
Novelty, novelty, urgency, interest.
Which
That's what the
is
brain pays
all
attention to.
aspects of the dope workshop, which
It
Brittany
is.
and I recorded. I haven't know, like a year
It was a
ago,
while
maybe.
ago.
Yeah, and we were trying to make it be an hour-long workshop. That beast turned into like 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours long. We just kept going. We're like, well, we still got content to cover, so we're just gonna keep talking. Leave, go get a drink, go use the bathroom, go stretch your legs. We'll
Yep.
be here chatting. Right now
Welcome
I'm
to
also
anything I do. Sorry.
yeah, right. The Dope Workshop is a resource inside the village, and you can get the Dope Workshop, get access to the village for a year. All of our programs, like I offer, let's not do that again. Brittany runs the workshop series, like everything we do. It's all included right now for this month only in our Class Hopper Pass, which gives you access to our offer suites for the next year. So if you are someone who's serious but wanting to start your rewired classroom journey, then this would be the offer for you to get going on it. Start working with us, hang out with us, listen to what we have to say more than just on this
Yeah.
podcast once a week.
Yeah. And it's great too because there are a ton of resources, and when you get to work like directly with us, we get to DM you. We can really help you walk you through it. So
Yeah.
you're not like just bombarded with all these resources, or like, okay, start here. Let's hear a little bit about what's going on.
Hmm.
This is where you should start, then
Yeah.
watch this and then do this. So definitely check out Class Hopper Pass. And if you're watching on Instagram, you can comment Class Hopper or Pass, and it will automatically send you the link.
Or DM as well if you need it as well. All right. What's your quote?
Um, my quote, I don't have the page for it. I was waiting for like a reaction because I never
Shaking
have
my
the page.
head.
Okay. So the quote is, "But what does it get you? People want results. They want noteworthy pictures, and they don't care whether the painter enjoys making them. They want high test scores, and they are not terribly concerned if the students feel good or are in school, interested in school. They want profits, and they don't pay much attention to the professional or personal development of the employees." So we know that when we introduce rewards as motivators, the rewards must stay in order to maintain motivation. We also know rewards redirect attention from the activity to the reward, which you touched on a little bit. So, knowing these two things, motivation becomes reliant on the reward, and rewards become the focus over the activity. There's so little left to question about how we got to this, but what does it get you mentality? That hustle culture,
Yeah.
that reliancy on needing a tangible thing at the end. Um, and the larger societal
Ah, there
implication
it
it has is super sobering. So, like, incentive programs in schools really took off in the late 20th century, hitting their apex with PBIS in the early 2000s. And Gen X and Gen Alpha are the first generations where we can see what happens when you systematically inundate an entire group of people with extrinsic reward systems. and you're getting this generation that you know, you ask them, what do you want to write about, what do you want to research, what do you want to do, and they say, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Like, tell me what to write about.
Yeah. That was
um
mentioned somewhere too in this book. I don't know if it was this
yeah.
chapter or another one
um
when the author mentioned like students would come to them and be like, "What do you think I should make my final paper about?"
yeah, no, he specifically mentions it. I think it's in a later chapter.
Yeah. We create these problems, basically.
Yeah, we're really messing with kids' brains. We
Yeah.
really are, and they grow up to be adults. We can't. It's a very blame the victim mentality
Hmm.
we've got going on, where we down talk or talk down on a generation for not being able to think for themselves, when you know, we as adults, or the adults at the time, put the stipulations in place of that you didn't want the kids to think for themselves.
Yeah.
So fascism.
Casually.
I
I can't believe you said it with a straight face.
know. That's just like, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I feel like this chapter really could be titled "We Make Our Own Problems."
Yeah.
Yeah, like that could have summed it up. That could have been our summary right there.
But there's the good thing is,
Yes, tell us that.
the good thing is that if we're creating our own problems, the problems can be solved if we just stop doing
Yes,
whatever it is
they
we do.
can.
Like, that's a silver lining. It's not like this, like, oh my god, the problem's so big that we can't fix it. Like,
Yeah.
no, we can fix it. I help teachers fix it all the time. So do you. We fixed
Yeah.
it in our own classrooms.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right.
not permanent.
No,
Nothing's permanent.
nothing's permanent.
And maybe that would be my action step too, honestly. You know, it's just that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, if you find yourself like using these pressuring situations, like this will be on the test. If you find yourself using controlling tactics like rewards, like you don't have to stay there. Just because it feels like it's second nature to you right now doesn't mean it will next year or that has to next month even. You know, you can start this process of rewiring, which is what we're here to help you do, and relearning, and you'll be the better for it and your students will also be the better for it.
My action step is, right now we just started the workshop series, but like it's on sale now. The first workshop, well, the first workshop you can download. It's all on habits. Second workshop is power of regulation. And I bring the workshop series up because typically teachers who are easily dysregulated or are facing chronic stress are the ones that control the most, because
Yeah.
controlling is a survival mechanism. You know, it's why you have uh, friends with anxiety who like have to be that's what, yeah, like who have to plan everything out, and they have to just like that sense of control eases the anxiety and the
Mhm.
dysregulation. And so being controlling is a characteristic of chronic stress or anxiety. And the Meet the Needs workshop series, is all about stress anxiety for teachers. And it really gets you into a place where you can start noticing and questioning, and then implement strategies to de-stress yourself. And that is really going to help you let go of control in the classroom, because you got to be chill.
Yeah.
You've got to be regulated. So check out the workshop series, and you can comment workshop if you're watching on Instagram, or we'll put it in the description if you're
Yes.
listening.
It's also a part of the Class Hopper Pass as well. So you can get it in the pass or you can get it just solo.
Yep.
up to you and your learning journey.
We aim to please.
We do. And honestly, like if you are like, could you do this? Could you make something like this? Tell us. We would love to make
Oh
things
yeah,
like that.
I
We're
love
making
that's
things all
yeah.
the time.
That's why like we started.
Yeah.
We love
We
to
love
make
to
stuff.
make stuff that helps teachers.
Hmm.
That's why we do what we do. All right. That was a shorter episode, but I feel like it was good. I feel like it was
Yeah.
compact.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It was like a smoothie as opposed to the juice. It's like, what? It made sense in my brain before I said it.
I'm not even gonna touch that because like I like it how it is. It's like a smoothie rather than a juice. That's what
Yeah.
you said, right? That's
Yeah,
another
that's what I
merch.
said. Merch. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you feel rewired. No, rewired. Well, that too.
Yeah. Remoralized.
And re-energized.
Bye.